Illegal drugs are the second biggest business on planet Earth. The biggest business is the arms trade. To make money from the arms trade, you need conflict and war, and you need people to hate each other. No one will buy your guns and bombs if peace and understanding reign across the world. No one will spend billions on planes, rockets, and missiles unless they wish others to die or fear death themselves. Whoa. Hi, can I interest you in an air force to bomb your neighbor with? Hey, no man, they're cool. Bit noisy at the weekend, but shit, you know, I don't want to drop bombs on them. Are you sure? How about some tanks, just in case their next barbecue gets a little rowdy? No, really, we're fine. Trade in illegal drugs makes $400 billion a year. I didn't make that figure up, the UN gave it to me. Drugs only make that much money because you want them and they're illegal. Try making celery illegal and see who gives a fuck. Coffee, tobacco, beer, whiskey, these drugs are legal because there has to be something fun for the masses to do, right? I mean, it would be a hard-faced, puritanical fascist regime that didn't let its minions do something to alleviate the boredom at the weekend. Back to work, scum, and no changing your state of mind when you get home. Live to work and die in misery. Ha 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 ha! That's not gonna go down too well, is it? Though there are some elite yoga gurus doing the dragon's breath, breathing exercise, that releases a naturally occurring hallucinogen, but for the rest of us, less perfect, everyday common people, it's beer and cigarettes. Or is it? $400 billion a year? There must be lots of us on drugs. You're probably on drugs. And so are you. Drugs from all over the world for all kinds of states of mind. Drugs to keep you up. Drugs to put you down. Drugs to get you up again. Drugs to make you feel. Drugs to take away the feeling. $400 billion. There's got to be a whole lot of smoking, snorting, shooting and popping going on. Unless there's 400 people each paying $1 billion a year for their habit. Yeah, man, I can sort you out, man, but it'll cost you like $1 billion a gram, man. Get the fuck out of here. I could buy Bolivia for that. I don't think so. There's massive exploitation of people and their desire to take drugs, which is why they're illegal. Are there any good drugs? Are there any bad drugs? Which drugs are which, and who would tell you so? Doctors kill more people every year with prescription medicine than all of the illegal drugs put together. Don't believe me? Google it. Then Google it again and keep Googling it until you're well informed and have rid yourself of ignorance in this matter. Your doctor is a deadly drug dealer. Your government are legal drug barons, and your society, my society, is high society. Some people are making billions out of us because what we want has been deemed contraband. Drugs, the second biggest business on earth. $400 billion worth of business. Whoo-wee! That's a lot of money. For stuff which is not worth much, really. Not worth much at all. Most of the drugs people want are abundant, cheap, and easy to grow or acquire. The coca plant grows naturally like wildfire in its native habitat, and is the most medicinal plant for human physiology known to medicine. Please Google it and rid yourself of ignorance on this matter. Our collective intelligence will thank you when you've caught up. Heroin can be taken safely every day of your life. Cannabis has more uses than a Swiss Army knife and grows like a weed almost everywhere on Earth. It has no known lethal dose. Drugs are not expensive unless you make them illegal, and drugs are not dangerous, except to morons. According to the World Health Organization, 100,000 morons, I mean people, die every year from illicit drugs. 100,000 deaths from all the illegal drugs on Earth. Oh, the tragedy, the loss, the suffering, the waste of human life. Blah, blah. But wait a minute. This is a bag of white sugar. Costs about $1 a kilo. It's made in factories and sold in shops to anybody who wants it, including children. It's a common ingredient in millions of food products, and it kills 3 million people every year, according to scientists in New Zealand. Just fucking Google it. 2 million people die every year from a sedentary lifestyle. Physical inactivity. That's right, just sitting about doing nothing. Illegal drugs are less dangerous than sitting about doing nothing or eating sugar. Fuck, we gotta get some of those people doing nothing onto drugs. Think of the lives we could save. 1 million people a year die from unsafe sex, 3 million from tobacco, and 500,000 from air pollution. That's right, your car exhaust is killing more people than crack, smack, and meth put together. Not only does sugar kill 30 times more people than all the illegal drugs on earth put together, but kilo for kilo, it costs more to make than cocaine. So, who's getting all the money from drugs? Do you think that guy in the slums selling crack to whores is making 400 billion a year? What about that woman caught at the airport with a gut full of heroin-stuffed condoms? Is she making 400 billion a year? Where do you put 400 billion? Under your bed? In a jam jar? Where does the 400 billion end up if not in the pockets of Colombian gangsters with their speedboats and glossy shacks in the jungle? I'll save you the tortuous thought process. It ends up in a bank. Highly motivated and well-organised people ship drugs all over the world and put their profits in banks. Drugs move money from your pocket into banks. Illegal drugs move more money from your pocket to a bank than any other business except weapons. And what the fuck would you want with a gun when you're trying to have a good time? Let's put this argument to bed once and for all. Drugs are illegal, so they make more money. Unless you buy your drugs using seashells, wampum, or stones with a hole through the middle, your money ends up in a bank. Illegal drugs are less dangerous than air pollution, unsafe sex, and being a lazy fucker. If drugs were legal, coke would cost less than sugar, smack would be cheaper than aspirin, grass would be the same price as hamster food, and LSD would be free with your cereal. Don't let anyone spewing the anti-drug argument finish a fucking sentence. Ugh, the social cost, Deek, the ruined lives. Yeah, but if you drive a car, you're killing more people than a drug user. Oh, but the crime, the waste of life. Hello? Doing nothing kills more people than drugs. As for crime, well, in a world where selling weapons is the biggest business on the planet, perhaps you could reassess your moral point of view about what exactly constitutes crime. Over here we have people having a good time indulging in some boredom relief and exploring different states of mind. Over here we have murderous organizations dedicated to making and selling products that kill and have killed thousands of millions. These are the fuckers who make landmines, nerve gas, napalm and flamethrowers. They run the biggest business on earth, and it's only possible if we keep killing each other. They need us to hate, to destroy, and to murder each other, or they don't make any money. So, the drugs are bad argument is a bankrupt piece of horseshit trotted out the mouths of ignorant morons. I say we make weapons illegal and drugs legal. I say we've got it the wrong way round, and the real evil destroying our communities and people's lives are the people selling hate and fear and guns and bombs, and the people protecting our species from a life of robotic, fascist compliance are the ones trying to enjoy their one and only life on planet Earth. Thanks. Live in peace, and may your God fade into obscurity, your government get caught fiddling the books, and your nation be overrun with drug users, not arms dealers.